So yeah, so this was the game where it was a live view. So this we didn't really go, we didn't give you too much in this game. Obviously, I think we kind of in the second game we kind of micromanage you a little bit more. But in this game,
Mhm.
I kind of just wanted to see sort of what you did in most situations, and obviously just kind of nudge you to certain things. So yeah, so the thing is when you're playing these kind of heavily ganking junglers as well, like you especially like you don't really need blue on Vi, you know, like I mean it helps, but it's
Mhm.
better to get that early pressure because especially when you've got these lanes that are very kind of snowbally. I mean you get Vayne, I mean you get luck to kill her too. She's just gonna 1v2 the lane until Vayne is obnoxiously strong, you know.
Mhm.
So getting into bot lane earlier is better, and obviously since Gromp also heals you, it means you can basically be full HP, full mana going into a bot gank at level 3 at roughly between 240 to 250. So kind of one of the reasons why this path is kind of good right now is because a lot of laners kind of learn over their time of being a laner that at that 3 minute mark, that's when things are going to start being dangerous because you get junglers that can say 5 camp or 4 camp into a gank before 3 minutes, or even like we did 3 camp, or they've got them big kind of farming junglers who can literally clear the entire jungle out before 3:15. So it's kind of
Mhm.
like around that 3 minute mark, that's where laners kind of put their vision down. That's where they get worried. So we kind of do this path to abuse that slightly early, and get there before they've even considered putting a ward down. It also kind
Okay.
of aligns with how the waves come out as well, and how the waves are there, where you can basically either punish them if your team is pushed in, or alternatively just get crab with prio, pretty much. Because the thing is, top lane is very hard for you to gank early anyway, so going towards
Mhm.
there isn't too hot. Now with these as well, I'd probably recommend just saving smite. Now, one of the big
Yeah.
things that you do actually do here a lot is just sacrificing HP for time way too much. So right here, your goal should be get this, drag them up to here, E them, wait for your
Mhm.
another E again, and then you can say start going on the big one. Like
Yep.
you're going on the big one, and then you're not able to get that kind of big AoE from your E. So here, see, like these small raptors do a ton of damage, just as
They
much,
all
if not
do
more,
the
than the
same
big one.
damage. Yeah,
Yeah,
they do all equal damage, I
yeah.
think. But the small ones just have less HP, I think is the only difference.
Yeah, but there's tons of them. So if you can clear those little ones off first, then you'll be way healthier in your clear. So obviously here we
Mhm.
get to Blast Cone over, and we get the Gromp. We're about 220. We could have been faster, but we already covered that. So one of the other things is obviously we want to just keep looking at bot lane. One thing that you can actually do as a jungler, especially these auto-attacking junglers, is you can auto the camp and then F key, and then auto and F key, and just kind of use that kind of window where you can't really do anything because you've just put in an auto attack command, but you can at least look elsewhere during that time. And yeah, and see here they end up fighting. Now the reason why this is kind of good as well is because if you're getting here pre 3 minutes, as we can see from the lane state here, their cannons are actually in the lane. So if, say, for example, they start really trying to, like, you'll get laners where they'll just start pushing the cannon wave in. So what you can actually do then is, as soon as a cannon gets low, that's when you go on them and you fight them. And then they're either going
Mhm.
to lose their cannon and get frozen on, or we just kill them. You know.
I wasn't sure whether or not to go through Tribush here. So I
I mean, I
just
think we could have, but
yeah, maybe it was like it would have been too slow of a play. So I just
so
like
what should we have done? Let's cast our
revamping
minds
1 second.
back. Yeah, let's cast our minds back
Yeah,
to here.
I I started Q too early here. I
No, it's
needed to
not to
keep
do with you,
walking.
Q.
It
What should
doesn't
you have
take
done
too.
here? Nothing to do with your
Uh,
abilities.
I remember you telling me to go through the bush, so that I
Yeah,
could come out. Yeah.
this brush.
I went like in a straight line. I beeline toward them.
Okay.
But
So
yeah,
why did
but
we do that?
also
Because of
you were explaining that like they haven't put a ward there yet. It's like too early for them to have put a ward
Yeah,
there actually. So if I just stuck to the bush, I would have popped out a little bit further
yeah.
before they could see me.
Now another thing
Okay.
is what else do we have in our inventory? If we were to go this tri-bush way, what else do we have that we can use?
Sweeper.
Yeah. We should have been sweeping as we came here because the chances are they wouldn't have put that
mm,
ward because it's too early into the game. But if we sweep it, we see a ward, we can just clear it out or
or I would keep going. Like it's just information that they have spotted me more
yeah,
so than me getting
means that you don't really
vertical or
have to
something.
rush as much. Yeah,
Yeah.
but we still killed the owner. Actually, we killed them both here, right? Yeah,
Yeah, this Jin
yeah,
flash forward, so I'm like, all right.
yeah. But I think we
So
were very hesitant about actually going for that second kill on the Jin there.
mm,
So, just make sure we're knowing our limits as much as possible. Plus, we also saw their jungler on this too. But our goal now is to just clear out all of our bot side camps and then just reset. Actually, no, this guy ints, right? Yeah.
yeah, did I end up killing him? I don't remember. I mean, this is like so like tempting. I was
Yeah.
like maybe
No,
I'll
this
go
is
for it.
fine.
Oh, he's way. Yeah, I can't really.
So we didn't use a full Q either. So
Mm,
so one of the problems here actually is our camera control. So right now, why do you
mm.
need to see yourself in this image?
Okay. I can scroll like directly on Malphite.
Yeah,
Just
just move the camera here. Have a look what he does.
okay.
Maybe he walks up to auto this minion, and as he's autoing the minion, we full Q and get on top of him that way.
Hmm.
Because we only had to get close to him, and we just had to E the minion, and he dies.
Yeah. Yeah. I was trying to go for something similar, but yeah, I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
tried to get
we were
there and
really, it's a little bit kind of impatient with it, I suppose.
yeah, and like so he goes in that bush. It's an obvious tell for me now. Like okay, the jungler, enemy jungler is over there. I think that if I had played that like any more greedily, I might have actually could have died there.
No, not a
So
chance.
I d-
He's too low
okay.
to do anything to you.
Mhm.
So even
Yeah.
though the jungler is there, it's basically a one-on-one. Because as soon as you
Mhm.
breathe on him, he's
Yeah.
dead.
If I just have an E anywhere, yeah, you're like it's just a poppy. He won't hurt you. I think I remember
Yeah,
you mentioning
yeah.
that. Oh yeah, and
So yeah,
my
this we
camera
kind of
control
yeah.
all the way over.
Okay, so I'm glad you noticed it. So yeah,
Okay. No, I mean actually like I'll like play, but the fight is moving to the left or something. But I don't move the
yeah.
camera, so
So
like I'm like
so
playing in the
yeah,
corner.
the thing is here, it's like your camera needs to be over the area that you're gonna interact with, soon. So you're gonna
Okay.
interact with this area. So even waiting for these ganks, like when you're ganking these kind of hypermobile champions that have dashes and then get everywhere. Like the main
Mm,
thing you're looking for is them to either use that. Like say we're ganking a Z, we wait for him
mm.
to
W.
W, yeah, and then we then go in. Same with Quinn, kind of, but we wait for her to walk up and auto, and yeah, like as soon as she
Okay.
autos
Yeah.
that
I blew.
minion, we
All right.
kill her.
Here I blew my Q early. Because I needed to wait for her E. Oh wait.
Yeah,
What did I do exactly here? I
we
went
just
up
a little
the
stuff. But what was the biggest problem here? And you're gonna get this
um.
a lot in low enough.
Okay. So you were yelling at me in game. I needed to ping a shit ton,
Jeez,
but
yelling, jeez, God, oh, make me
no,
sound like a
sorry, no,
bad. I'm
no, not
joking, I'm
yelling,
joking.
but like, sorry,
I'm kidding.
slightly, moderately,
Yelling,
firmly
yeah,
told
yelling, yeah. We'll go, yeah, yeah,
No, no, I mean, sorry, just shorthand. You were telling me that I needed to ping more.
yeah,
I just can't expect people to just like read my mind. I'm just like going for these plays like, without telling anyone.
yeah. Like this guy, like I guarantee you, this cannon right now is completely looking at
Doesn't
his
see.
minions. He's got his
Yeah.
eyes on his minions, just waiting for them to drop low. He's probably squinting at his screen right now, and then he's just focusing on that. So what
Yeah.
we need to do is we need to slap him on the head and give him a little notification that we're coming. Now, if this wave was much bigger and it was going to crash, then he can't move. But the thing is, right here, it's a cannon wave and they're both full HP, so he's free to move because it's not pushed into his tower. So
Mm.
being able to evaluate kind of when a gank is good or not, like if this wave was huge and crashing, then yeah, we can't go for it, and there'd be a logical explanation of why he didn't come. But obviously he didn't until it was too late because he didn't even see.
Mm.
So
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
and
did kind of save Q, but then he
yeah,
blinded me at that moment. Yeah.
yeah, because also
Oh.
we can open up with that Q there. Like it's not
Oh.
too bad because she has CC and it keeps her closer to the lane.
Oh, actually, similar to Kennen, she's also probably focused on the lane here.
Yeah,
So I could probably just like how my camera control is bad, her camera control is also probably like on the lane. So like I'd be coming out from off the screen,
yeah.
to hit her. So,
So yeah, you could
um,
Q there too anyway, just because she's got CC, and it also keeps her here, so Kennen can get straight on top of her. He can then chain
yeah.
his CC, and then you could potentially run her down because you
That'd
can
be
only
so much
E one of you.
safer because so much safer because that my Q play put me way deeper into the lane and I died.
Yeah,
If I just Q her here, I have the option just walking through the lane and then back out.
yeah. And see this
Yeah,
Kennen
so it's,
eventually, as soon as you were in the lane, realize, oh shit, I think she flashed there though.
oh,
I think so.
like she just like pulled a Z on me. She like
Uh,
just vanished. I was like, what happened? Like,
yeah,
where
she
was
did.
that?
She
Like,
flashed
okay,
over.
okay,
Yeah, she flashed your
okay.
Q.
She just like, I was like,
So
I
we
thought
did
we had
get
to
a
kill.
flash, which I think we do actually punish that later on, right? I'm fairly certain. So yeah, here we're just kind of clearing camps out, and because there's a fight, we can just go. And then yeah, again, like you just don't have to be. You're quite scared in a lot of these fights, which is normal,
Mm-hmm.
but we have to kind of break that because
Mm-hmm.
Vi, you have plenty of shields, you have your two pots up, you're basically a bruiser, and you're ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Now, looking at this image right now, how can we tell that we're ahead of everybody else in this situation?
I'm level 5.
Yeah. So how
Hmm.
much gold? So this is little channel trivia. How much gold do you think you get per level on average in base stats?
Um, how much? How much gold?
Yeah,
No,
how much
you.
gold in base stats do you think you get per level?
So last time you coached me, you actually
Oh, did I do it then?
did this
Okay,
calculation.
well we're
Yeah,
drilling it in.
I don't remember it actually. I think let's I don't know. Maybe it's equivalent of a cloth armor, which is 300 gold.
We weren't paying attention. Jeez, it's about 575 gold on average.
Oh, okay.
So a little bit more, yeah. So
Yeah.
it depends on the champion and what kind of type of champion you're playing. Like if you're
Uh,
playing something like Yorick or Darius, they're reaching
mm,
that kind of 650 gold per level.
mm,
But that's kind of the appeal to those champions that they scale ridiculously well
mm,
with levels. Now, when
mm.
you get like assassins and things, I think like Eve's like 500, something like that. But
Okay.
on average, the average of all champions is I think it's 573 or 575. So
Okay.
basically 2 kills per level in
Mm,
base stats. So you're way tankier than they are. Like so,
mm,
this is why previously, obviously, if you stack levels and your smite would be higher, stuff like that. Obviously, Riot ruined
right.
the game. I mean, changed the game, and so it's not as big anymore. But those kind of fights is no ADCs are encompassed in the average for 575. Um, and yeah, so you're just very tanky, and you can basically just survive way longer.
Could have just like stuck on the gen longer or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Actually,
we could have,
like
yeah,
but like Lux bails me out here. I mean,
yeah,
it looks reasonable because I don't know. We end up killing them, but
yeah. I mean, and then we can just get dragon, which is really good. Now, this is another thing as well. Like, we always want to basically. Now, this is a little bit risky because we've got these top camps up to take, and which they could, get taken away from us. But
oh
we
no,
could have still got.
oh
Oh, this was
no,
the moment.
oh
Oh,
no.
the perfect freeze frame. God, like my VLC mechanics are just insane. I guess like
Man, This sucks, dude. Like, god damn. Like,
Yeah, that was sad.
I saw 4-5 and I smited. I guarantee you that's what I did. And
Yeah, I mean it's
there's an
sad
extra number at the end.
because the thing is, we would have also got it.
Uh,
Um, actually, we wouldn't have been able to queue out. We still would have died, but we would have got it. I mean, so it was a little bit risky. I mean, it doesn't matter that much. Like we've got to at
mm,
least try. You know, let's
it
give it
is
a good old go.
it is one of like I mean is one of Vi's like great characteristics taking dragons like she can do it very she's one of the healthiest safest ways
Yeah.
safer dragon takers in the
Besides
game.
things like Warwick, yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, so like yeah, I mean I like it's kind of like it definitely changed like how I generally play in general because Vi is a champion that can like probably solo dragon at any point, anytime,
yeah,
whenever it's available. So
yeah,
I
easily.
mean, you know,
So yeah, so with this bit, like, just go on the Leona. We just want that assist. Like, we want some gold. Like, going on Jin here, we're never gonna kill him, and we just end up wasting all.
yeah,
But I guess we test our damage on him. We can see that we can half him.
yeah. I think it gets kind of relevant later because like now he's 1v2 under tower. I think Lux maybe gets a kill on him later. Oh no, maybe not. Wow, how do you heal back to full? Maybe drink pots.
Yeah, more than likely. Okay, so
Oh yeah. So
this is where
I like path to make sure I don't get hit by Poppy. Oh.
yeah,
Oh yeah, Zed is Oh yeah.
yeah. So here we just kind of commit too much anyway, to be honest.
I think it like.
Oh,
Yeah, I
this
was
was
like,
the par thing.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah, the Malphite's actually in the game. It's very interesting. It's
Uh,
optimistic gameplay from Malfito
Both of
over
us,
here.
honestly, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
But I think that would eventually kill Malphite if he like I don't know like if nobody else came to help him and but maybe not. He would have eventually walked the tower. So.
yeah, maybe. Oh, so this point actually. So I did want to go over this in a bit more detail. So one of the big things that you always need to think of as well is not just how does my jungle look right now. It's also how to actually. I mean, you are invading here, so it's a bit negligent, but it's more like this is how the jungle is now. How do I want the jungle to be when I next come to clear? And it wasn't in this game; it was actually in the other game that this come up. But like making sure that you take small camps before buffs can be really, really beneficial. So,
Mm,
like for example, in the other game, your blue side. So like we go
yeah.
Gromp first into this in this game, and then we go into Dragon, because this bot side is up. But you know we can just go to that. But like we do Gromp very, very quick because we have a lot of single target damage. But also in general, you want to be clearing the small camps out first because when they respawn in 2 minutes 15, they'll be respawning in that order, so you're not kind of wasting time. Like what you'll see a lot of junglers do is they'll come up out of base, they'll clear this away, and then they'll walk into their bot side and start clearing this. Now the problem with that is then when you next come to clear, you're going to be walking up to walls, and Gromp isn't going to be spawned yet. So then you either have a choice: do you wait 10,
The
15
Gromp
seconds for
or
Gromp
give
to
it up.
spawn, or do you just leave it and then go back into your bot side, which is usually the better one, especially when the dragons are available. So,
I wasn't considering dragon here. I was only thinking if I'm invading, I should do the more dangerous camp first. So wolves gromp. That's really the only thing I was thinking of. And then
mhm.
because dragon was spawning, I was like, oh crap! And then I just did wolves and ran over to dragon. That's the only reason why I did this in this order.
Okay.
But it makes sense to do grump wolves because I think I would have still reached dragon on time, right? Like you know even if they
Yeah,
started it or something.
you would have.
So I would have had an extra camp there. Definitely would have.
Also, look who we spotted. It's like Where's Wally edition, but League.
Huh. Okay. All right.
We found
So
Poppy. So yeah,
yeah.
Poppy was revealed. So we could have taken him for free.
uh. Yeah. Okay. Maybe
Yeah,
I'm just more like I don't know. It's like maybe more ingrained, more as a
I'm yeah.
fear, like I don't know, laners or something or whatever. But yeah,
I
that's
mean
kind of
I mean it's fine. We just have to kind of not be as
yeah,
scared, you know. Especially when we're
yeah,
this big. Like
yeah.
we're even though we don't seem like insanely strong right now, we are pretty damn strong. And again,
Mhm.
we're a bruiser, so we get a lot per level. So here as well, we
Uh,
just want to stick
I
on
was
this, to
making
be
a
honest.
choice. I was focusing dragon over joining this fight, but
Uh-huh. But the only thing
uh,
here is we have to be kind of quicker with our reactions because look what we do here. So one attack, two attack. Now what should we do here?
oh yeah, okay. Okay, this would be in range because W proc plus smite would probably do it. Or maybe just E W. So if I just E here, that might be enough
Yeah.
for smite reach.
Yeah, just E
Yeah,
smite. Or we could, I mean, if
yeah,
we want to play risky, we can auto and then E because it resets our auto and then smite.
yeah, yeah.
But that does leave a very,
Yeah,
very small window where they can actually,
I made it down to 450 there. Yeah,
yeah.
pretty.
Well, I mean, you've done your quest. It's okay. We've got the 900 smite now.
Okay. No,
Uh,
I wasn't arguing that at all. But yeah, I mean, whatever. It's just,
no,
oh yeah, and
it's
I think
probably
he's
just
down here.
me, like, just being
No.
tilted over the fact that they changed it. I really dislike that change.
Oh really? Oh
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's good for competitive because
Mm.
I mean, is it so? It's good for competitive at the highest level,
Mm.
purely because I mean you just can't really take flips anymore because if the enemy jungler is alive, then it's always going to be a flip. Like previously,
Mm.
you could play like farm junglers, things like Grace and like the Diana, Morgana, and be so much higher in levels that your smite was significantly
Right.
higher than theirs. And
Right. You
so
had just I think it's 50. It's 50. It was 50 per level, right? So you had
yeah,
like a
it
200 at
was
least.
yeah, like if you got like two or three levels, like that was it. Like
You're
you'd
you're smiting 100 more.
yeah,
That's huge. Like how are you gonna overcome that? Like
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So, but with the changes now, like everybody gets 900, so
Yeah.
it's kind of
Yeah.
it's not nice, but.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
play looked better. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame we didn't red smite there. We would have actually got the kill.
Got it.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
With the what
the
was it?
burn.
The burn effect.
Yeah, but so yeah, we just clear everything out now, and then we just look to do whatever.
Uh,
Like at this point, we're so strong; it doesn't really matter too much what we do.
just
So yeah, this we red smite, so this is fine. So yeah, this is where you're desperate to flash. Like,
yeah.
so what?
I was just trying to all right, flash ult, but I was like lining up for it, seeing if I would be in range, and then you're
Yeah,
like, no,
yeah.
let's not do
Don't.
something.
There's a very very important reason why you don't. So, if you use flash here, how long is it going to be on cooldown?
5 minutes.
Yeah. Now, what
Uh,
is in 5 minutes? What are
Baron.
you gonna be? Yeah, you're in 5 minutes time. You're gonna be looking to do Baron buff. Right now, if
Oh,
you flash and kill them, you're just gonna get gold, and you're gonna get absolutely nothing off it. Like you're gonna
okay.
get nothing of importance.
All right.
Whereas in
First of all,
five
that
minutes
wouldn't have
time,
worked. I could even tell you, like, without like, like I was seeing blood or whatever at the time, but like right now, like, no, it wouldn't have worked. But even if it did work, it's sort of not good to do.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Purely because like you if you catch them here and kill them, okay, great.
Mm,
You've killed a 0 and 6 Jin or whatever he was.
yeah.
Whereas in 5 minutes time, if you kill them, that's one less member for Baron buff. So
Right.
it's
So
like,
what would I do? Like,
or you could even catch their jungler with your Q smite, Q flash.
right. The best is maybe like if I killed them, maybe push bot
Yeah, push
or Rift
lanes, but
Herald. Yeah.
yeah, Rift Herald's
So.
kind of bad at this point. Like it's lost all its value.
Mm,
Um, so yeah, so here we do kind of want to avoid fighting and just reset, just because we do have a lot. So, and then here, like we're just another thing is obviously we want to reset there. Why? So why did we want to specifically reset in that moment?
reset. Sorry. Here. Oh.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
Here.
Sorry. Where am I? Reset here at 400 gold. Wait, did I have
So before you reset, you
400?
had like 2k. Yeah, you
Oh
had
yeah, okay.
2.2k.
Okay, yeah. I want an item spike, and I want to be on time for dragon. It's
Yeah.
coming in 30 seconds or so, I think.
Yeah. So you want the item spike for the dragon, like
Uh,
basically.
yeah.
Because now it means that you have so much more gold than them that there's no way they can really contest. Although we did also kind of really miss our smite there again. So these kind of smite opportunities are the ones you want to practice from the most because it's
Mhm.
very low chance of losing it, but you can fully focus on making sure you get that kind of that muscle
Okay, this is
memory
free practice.
of
This is
how
free
to
practice for smite
yeah
mechanics.
yeah
Yeah, I need to
just making
focus
sure that
on.
you know at what points in the game you can burst it down to 900. Like Vi, I
Mhm.
think it's later on into the game. I think you can burst it to 900 from about 2k. Like if you're like super fed,
Okay.
you can do a lot of burst damage here because you can combine your third hit of your W with your E, and smite.
Hmm.
Okay, so and also you have to take
Just
into consideration that you've got other people hitting it too. So when it gets to
yeah.
2k, that's when you get ready to smite. Okay, so this is fine, but we want to go and clear out his jungle. We didn't have any timers on jungle camps, so it was kind of we go either way. But yeah, so we get to push this out, which is fine. And then yeah, and now our goal is to just clear out camps. Like now, it's a bit risky because our bot tech camps are available and we haven't taken them yet.
Mhm.
Um, but I mean, we are
That
also
scan saved my life. That was hilarious.
yeah.
Well, actually, maybe it would have been fine. Maybe because I'm tanking and all that. But
I mean,
okay.
still, it's still good. That's why Scanner's amazing.
Hmm. I held off. I didn't get
Yeah,
this Leona. It didn't matter. But then like, yeah. Then I was like, this Jin.
yeah.
Maybe
So
even
that's
better.
fine.
Yeah.
No, no, that's good.
Yeah.
And then here, we can just rush Baron straight away.
Mm.
Like you always just want to look for opportunities to rush Baron. Like especially when you're ahead, you never want to flip them. But in solo queue, Barons help a lot because if your team is kind of in a position where you can win a fight, you can fight with them. But if they're not, then you can. So if they're not in a position you can fight, you can just split on your own if you're strong,
Mhm.
and you'll use
Yeah.
your Baron for that. Now, yeah, here like we just have to flash instantly.
If I could flash the Leona, like this would look so clean. All the good things that happened right after this would have. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Like I was trying to auto the.
So I mean, yeah, we get a lot, but here we should have just flashed instantly.
Mhm.
As soon as that first bit of CC stats coming in, we just flash away. I mean, they still get a dragon; it doesn't really matter. So this was ambitious. Like you got to respect the try, but
Yeah, that
yeah, it's a little bit. Using that
like as
flash
soon
there
as
was a
Malphite
little.
ultimate, that Malphite ultimate was like sealed the deal on that.
Uh huh. Like you know what they say, you can't spell triumph without try.
Okay.
You know.
I
Yes,
misspelled
it's
Serpent's Fang twice in both games. I spelled SCPR
yeah.
instead of SRP.
Just
Leona.
find the Dirk. Just find the serrated Dirk. Like one of the things you can do in shop, or what I find useful, because I struggled with the shop at first, is
Mhm.
just kind of all items, and then it isn't shown right now, but like your components will be like here, so you'll get like starting items, um, little
Oh,
components,
to
and
just
then I
learn to
think
navigate, like click on longsword and navigate that
yeah,
way. You mean
yeah,
like?
yeah, yeah. It's
Oh,
it's way easier because it's like if
yeah.
you know what it builds out of, because then you can also go like, say it's like you've got 350 gold. Okay, what do I buy? You can just hover longsword, and then sometimes
Mhm.
you'll see an item at the top that you'll go, oh, actually, this is actually a really good item here, and then you buy it, and
Oh,
maybe you wouldn't have before or something like that. You
like
know?
maybe I would consider Serpent's Fang more often and things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's some items that you'll like buy them now and again, and they'll be great, and then you'll just stop, and then you'll be like, oh well. It's like Storm Razor on ADCs. Like there's some ADCs that Storm Razor is so good on, but people just completely forget it even exists.
Yeah.
Like if I'm playing like
I.
Kate or Triss, like I want that Storm
Mhm.
Razor to be honest.
Mhm. Oh right, that's the thing that has like what was it? BF
Yeah, it
shot
gives
plus
like it gives like attack
yeah,
speed, damage,
right.
crit. It's really good.
Mhm.
Yeah, it gives them like a bit of a slow, which is good on champs like Caitlyn and Triss, where you basically don't have any CC to keep them next to you, but you can kill them very easily.
Oh.
I mean, this is fine. Like, we're just way too ahead. The cannon gets him with the proto belt, the rocket belt
Yes.
coming in from downtown.
Wait, is that okay? Wait, hold on. I don't know actually. Does Malphite steals like some percentage of your move speed with that Q? So it's like if
Yeah.
it had more speed, it would be more effective, right?
Uh, yeah, yeah. Like it's kind of one of them things because on the one hand, if you've got more move speed and he steals that, he gets more. But then on the other hand, your then stolen move speed is still higher than what it would be before. Actually, no, it wouldn't be, would it? Because it steals. How much does it steal? 40%, 20%, 20%. I think it maxes out at 40%.
Okay. Oh,
So
okay.
so it would actually
it's,
still take more.
it's still better to have good move speed, I guess.
Yeah, I
Just
get, and
something
even when it runs out, like it's I think it lasts
You still run
for
down.
3 seconds. So yeah, even
Mm.
there, like it's still good, like you wouldn't not get movement speed just because of a Malphite.
We're fighting in minion. Like how much does the minion wave matter here? Well, I think it actually kind of mattered here. Actually,
Yeah,
to be
quite a
honest.
lot. So the thing is here, so this one of them kind of plays where you want to run, like just keep running until
Mhm.
you isolate them. So it's like here you could kill it here, but
Oh,
we want to keep
here.
running.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and then here, and now we can turn because nobody
I
followed.
really had no choice at
Well,
that
no, no,
point.
no.
I
It's not
was
even just
like,
that. Like we just saw three of them in bot. So see, three of them here. Watch them.
yeah. So
Instead of coming and helping, they walk back. So now we can fight because they've walked back.
Mm.
So now we know that we're in an area where we're safe enough that we can just kill her. Like it was never a case of if we can kill her or not. It's a case of if we can kill her without dying ourselves.
Mm.
And then yeah, so easy dragon, nice soul. And this is another thing as well with kind of putting pressure in bot lane. Now, this is kind of probably a controversial kind of statement because a lot of people have different ways that they like to play the game. But in my opinion, in this bottom half of the map, you have three other players. Whereas in this top side of the map, you have one other player. So unless that one player is playing a champion that is going to completely 1v9 the game, like something like a Darius or even like a Set or um, depending on the elo
Really?
things like
Well,
yes.
I was thinking like Jax or Riven or something.
Yeah,
Maybe.
so I was gonna say those two, but the thing is, Jax is okay, but he's not in the best position right now,
I've like
because
not seen him ever.
yeah, and Riven, she is good in that scenario, but she's extremely difficult to play. So
I've
it's
been let down by so many Rivens.
yeah, and like
Yeah.
I've had games where I've made a gangplank go 10-0 and they've still lost the game.
Mhm.
And it's like that's how you learn. You learn the hard way, basically.
Got it. I would much
So
rather have a 5-0 Darius at a laning phase than than a 5-0 Riven. Or...
yeah, exactly. So yeah, so it's a case of you kind of have to choose: will this top lane in 1v9? If yes, you can maybe gank him early, get a lot of pressure on that lane, and lock it down fully. If the answer is no, then you really do want to focus this bottom half because not only will you get three people ahead, you'll also get dragons.
Yeah.
You'll just get complete prio over dragon, which is
That's
obviously
so
really good.
nice.
Now, dragons aren't the be all end all like everybody thinks they are. Like, especially considering if you roll like a cloud soul, and it really doesn't matter if you get it or not. Like, obviously,
Mm.
mountain's a little bit different because the shield's nice and the resistances that the normal dragon give is huge.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, in general, like the getting dragons, they might not help you as much statistically, but mentally they will help your team. And they'll also give you a mental advantage over their enemy team because in low elo, everybody puts so much pressure on them that they'll be like, oh, like my shit dog jungler, like he hasn't got he hasn't got a
Like,
single
it's
dragon.
usually
Like what the hell? Like our top lane's gonna be like, oh, I've been ganked 16,000 times by Elise because they've got Renekton. Like, I mean, I couldn't have avoided any of these ganks, obviously. Haha, jungle didn't even get dragons. Like, God, why are you so shit? So it's it's kind of a bit of a mental thing as well in solo queue, to be honest.
Okay, yeah, I can definitely feel. I think like dragons are overemphasized. Yeah, like I know like in silver, like everyone just like spam pings dragon
Yeah.
and just go like it. It's the new ARAM, right? You turn the ARAMs like sideways, and it's the whole river. That's the ARAM. It's
Yeah,
the ARAM
literally,
until
like,
one team aces, and
yeah.
that team gets the dragon.
They just keep hitting, like, they're just like, okay, we're just gonna keep flipping everything in this entire game. Meanwhile, you've got like 1,600 gold of minions going to waste top lane tower, like, and they're
Mm,
just like, no, I will fight, I will fight. But yeah, I mean that's very common.
yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, honestly, I think one of the main things about your gameplay is you just need to actually take more risks and kind of push Vi to your limits more, because it seems like there's a lot of kind of points where you're kind of scared to do anything. Where it's like,
Mm,
if you int a few games in this elo, but you learn a ton off them, then that's a bigger win. Like, your
mm,
LP in this elo, obviously you want to climb, obviously you don't want to throw games. But
mhm.
if you're like, I'm like 80% sure I get this, and then you don't go for it, then you're never gonna know if you're like, over appreciating what you can do in that moment, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I think obviously pushing your limits a bit more. I think kind of being a bit more aggressive. Like we've seen from both of these games that we won both of these games fairly convincingly, and it was just because we had more pressure on the map than the enemy jungler.
Yeah.
Like, so I think, yeah, definitely going for more pressure, especially with someone like Vi, who, again, if she doesn't snowball, she can be a bit useless. But if she does snowball, then she's great. Also, as well, if you don't snowball, you can just rush some like Frozen Heart. Since the item's so good right now. Um,
Frozen heart.
yeah,
Interesting.
it
Okay.
got buffed. Like the item has been low key kind of good for a while, but it just gives a ton of resistances and like the AOE slow. But the thing is, on champs like Vi, like if they have something like a Jinx, then you don't have to. Then it's kind of a bit counterintuitive, because you can get something like a Randuin's and that'll reduce attack speed because she'll be hitting you with the AoE. But when you're into like a lot of these kind of single target champions, or champions that, you know, like don't do massive splash damage, you can get it, and if they don't hit you, they still get their attack speed reduced,
Yeah,
which is
my default choice is usually Bramble. When I'm like even or behind, or I'm ahead and there's a lot of healing.
yeah.
And so that's like what I
I
reach
mean,
for always.
Bramble's
I never
nice. I
thought
mean,
about
Frozen Heart's good. Abyssal Mask is
uh,
also very good.
Abyssal Mask.
On Vi, because it gives a
Yeah.
huge amount of damage amplification.
Hmm.
So if you CC
Everybody
somebody,
around you takes more.
yeah,
Right.
no. So if you immobilize somebody, they take 15% more damage.
So yes, I'll just be an R bot and just
Yeah,
R people.
yeah. So yeah, if you fall
Yeah.
behind, like it just gives you the ability to just press R and then everybody blows them up.
Hmm.
So yeah, so I think just focus on the things we covered. I will upload this one to YouTube as well, and send it over to you.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, I'd like to watch that. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, so I'll upload it. So it's just the VOD review that we did of this game, just because that's
Okay.
kind of where we put the most information in.
Okay.
But yeah, so did you have any other questions, anything, just before we wrap up, or?
Not at the moment. I might maybe if I think of some, I'll ping you on Discord. If
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
okay.
just give me a message. Yeah, that's fine. Right,
Awesome.
no
All right.
worries then. I'll
Cool.
stop the recording here.